Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to. I think I'm just gonna call this series the Ditzy Demons. It's very difficult for me to pronounce, or not pronounce, but say the whole title in a single sitting. Besides, it's more compact to say Ditzy Demons anywhere. If I am eventually going to play the fan disc, I'm probably just gonna say fan disc at the very end of Ditzy Demons. But yeah, I just took quite the break. I recorded the last episode, I edited out for people on YouTube, and also rendered the smaller version size for people on Patreon. And yeah, it took probably about 3 hours because rendering a video takes so long, guys. Like, goddamn. But yeah, after that, I just ate some food, drank my protein shake, catch up with some more anime while I was waiting for the video to render. I've been watching a lot of anime lately, so I was finishing off Overlord Season 4, and I was watching this new, or I guess it's not really new anymore, but this anime called Makein, which is like Too Many Losing Heroines or something at the English translation. The reason why I did that was because there was like this girl that was super popular and she was eating lots of calories for some reason on Twitter. So a really weird thing to watch an anime about, but it got me interested. And turns out she's a pretty decent character, but I don't know about the main character. But okay, enough talking about that. Let's actually do the last episode recap. So if you guys are new to my playthroughs, I do like an intro, I talk about what the hell I was doing, and then I usually do a last episode recap, which basically just recaps what the hell happened on the last episode. So in the last episode, we started the game. We're Fujima Ren, I think, right? I think we're called Fujima Ren, that's our main character. And we have our sister, Emery. We also have Riria, we also have Reika-san. Reika and Riria are both, neighbors that are very close to us, and they're actually living together with us. And we also have Rin and Arle, which is Emery's friend. She's 1 year below us in terms of grade, I think. We also met up with Yu, that is basically a transfer student. And then lastly, it's Miyabi-senpai, who's like this idol, or I guess technically a senpai that's getting popular as an idol and whatnot. I think that's the gist of it. So yeah, in the last episode, we got in contact with all of them. And yeah, looks like Riria got jealous because we are getting in contact with more women. So after she tried to seduce us, Reika found out, or I guess not found out, she was the one that told us to do so, that told Riria to do so, but failed. But yeah, we got sent or deported into this new, like, dorm for miscreants, or I guess what you'd call onkotsu, which roughly translates to, I guess, useless people, useless person, or dummy, I guess. I guess ditzy, just like what the title of the game is. And yeah, this is the next day after. So we're probably not in the dorms yet, but we will be transferring today, I think. So let us continue the story, shall we? Fast forward again to our next day off school.
巻き込んじゃってごめんなさい。まあ、レイカさんも暑くなると周りが見えない人だしね。
Honestly, I'm more surprised that our parents didn't seem to bat an eye when they heard the news. Explaining such things without causing a fuss is Reika-san's specialty, I imagine. We're each hauling large pieces of luggage containing the changes of clothes and other necessities we'll need at the new dorm. Though we look more like we're simply traveling instead of moving to a new home. The house is pretty close to the new place after all. We're simply following the instructions of the GPS navigator on my phone as we walk along the street. Did I just say a map app?
学園寮って言ってたけど、ボロかったらやだな。
Well, she said the dorm was brand new, so it should be fine.
でも、ポンコツ構成寮って響きが怖いよね。
Sure, but it's not like it'll be some cardboard shack in an alleyway.
さすがにレイカさんでも 実の娘にそんな生活はさせないとは思うけど。
We exchange idle chat as we press on toward our destination. Looks pretty decent. Looks like a seaside lodge. Oh. Huh. Before us is a cottage, sparkly and new. Standing behind it, connected by a passageway, are a number of similar buildings stretching off of the beach, over the water. This looks like the kind of place that costs $100 a night to stay at.
ここって、ここらでも一番のリゾート地じゃなかったっけ？確か、お金持ちの別荘とか、そういうのが集まってるとか。
Say what you will, but the GPS app says this is the place. The words "you have arrived at your destination" flash at the top of my phone's screen. But there's no denying that what we're looking at is a series of beachfront villas from the resort. I look at the phone and plug in the address I wrote down a second time, just in case I got it wrong.
建物の名前とかないよね。ボロいよりはいいけど、でもなんか騙されてる気分になってきた。あ、ワンちゃんだ。柴犬のワンちゃんがいるよ。かわいい。
I remember this dog being able to talk, so I don't trust this dog, okay? There's a reason why this dog is actually voiced and he's not just woofing.
よしよしよし。夏っこくていい子だね。よしよしよし。
That's a pretty punkish collar you got on there. It's got on there. It looks dated as far back as the turn of the century. This dog doesn't seem to have the face of a typical Shiba Inu though.
飼い主のセンスを疑う首輪は置いといて、この子首輪してるってことは飼い犬なのかな。リードも何もないけど。
The silver thing might have a plate on it, like, you know, might have a name. It might be a plate. You think this dog actually lives in the cottage complex then?
私に聞かれても知らないけど。
Nobody else lives in the vicinity of the cottages. They're apart from all the other homes, as you'd expect of a resort. And we're long past the age where it was okay for someone to let their dog roam free. Really? I mean, I guess in Japan. I don't know. Maybe in elite places you also can't do that. I don't have pets, so I'm not familiar with this.
お家を聞いてもわからない。名前を聞いてもわからない。
Well, yeah, obviously. What fool would expect the dog to answer any question at all? I mean, Ren, trust me, this dog can talk, I'm telling you. For now, let's just leave him be and move on. First, I'm gonna call Reika-san and get confirmation that this is the place. I bring up Reika-san's number from my contacts list, then...
あれ？レンさん？
I know that voice.
あらな。偶然だね。どうしたの？こんなところで。
Did she say Arlela?
バックログです。あらな。偶然だね。
Yeah, Arlela, I think. That's probably what she names her, or that's her nickname for her. I thought she was saying are are or something, you know, because like when people make sound effects when it's a coincidence. So I had to double check them.
違うんですレンさん。私はちょっと開放的なのが好きなだけで病気じゃないんです。
Huh?
信じてください。決してそういう心の病なんじゃないんです。
What is she even talking about? Whoa! Where did this come from? I mean, I guess we saw her naked on the last episode, but what? Just calm down for a second. Chill out, okay? Arle clings to my shirt, half crying. This is the first time I've seen Arle act this way, but I'll need to calm her down first. Here, take a look. It's a dog, your favorite animal. Say hi, big guy. Hochi. So he's already named, even though we don't know his name. Ow! The spikes on that color are sharp. Does his dog think it's a hedgehog or something? And what's the point of having a color like that in the first place? Couldn't they have chosen something with fewer pointy bits? I have no idea what could have been going through the owner's head.
外がうるさいと思ったら知った顔ばかりなのですよ。レンちゃんたちはどうして静かに厳かに生きることができないのですかね。
I don't know, Tama. I myself like quite peaceful lives.
あれ、タマちゃんどうしてこんなところに？説明は後なのです。とりあえず中に入るのですよ。外で騒ぐと速攻で警備員たちが来て職質されるのです。
It's probably the dorm manager?
リゾートオブリゾートとは恐ろしいものなのですよ。ってなんでタマちゃんキレてるの？さあ、どういうことなんだろうね。
I still have no idea what the hell is going on with Arlen. Probably referring to another one of her random stories from the past.
シャーラップ！早く来るのですよ、この腐ったみかんどもが。
Actually did call us oranges. We all followed Tama-chan inside, staring at her and wondering what in the world could make her so grumpy.
おー、すごーい。窓に海がいっぱいで水平線まで見えてるよ。素敵なお部屋ですね。清潔で開放感があって。
Whoa, the kitchen's fully equipped. It even has an oven. We pass back through the entryway into the mature, reserved living room. Yeah, that freaking counter in the back looks really nice. I don't know why they'd have a bar counter like that, which is kind of weird. But the kitchen space might be pretty good. A top quality air conditioner is working at the perfect level to leave the room feeling just right. Peering inside the kitchen, I spy a full-size dishwasher and Dutch oven. The place is decked out with stuff that a homemaking man in an apartment could only dream of. Even the quality of the rug and sofa in the living room scream, "You're living in style now, son."
なんか高そうなお酒がいっぱい並んでるけど、これ飲んでいいのかな？
I thought you guys are minors, quote unquote. Absolutely not. You know how much of a lightweight you are. I mean, they don't even care.
ちょっと気が大きくなるだけなのに。
More like she feigns drunkenness as an excuse for more sexual harassment. As much as I appreciate her cuteness, I'd love it if she'd toned down the antics a bit, especially as of late. Well, let's just ignore the alcohol for now. Is this place really the dorm where the rehab program is supposed to be? If you ask me, we're clearly getting pranked here.
明らかにただのリゾートコテージよね。さっきタマちゃんもリゾートオブリゾートって言ってたし、でも案内状にはここが書かれてましたよ。
This place is on a whole different level from some little apartment where we'd have to share a bedroom. This may be a resort town, but our home predates the resort itself by some 40 years. It would be silly, to say the least, to compare that with this place.
間違いなく、ここは我が青山学園の新設ポンコツ寮なのです。その名もポンコツ寮なのですよ。何のひねりもなくただの嫌味で。
Seriously? I probably still would have agreed to move if I had been told about the name of the place. I'm not really the type to get too fussed over the name of the building I live in, honestly. They could have called it Kintamani Heights or Cockbrook, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. I feel like I've heard of Kintamani. I don't know what the hell Cockbrook is supposed to reference. So why are you here then, Tama-chan? Wait, don't tell me they up and fired you out of the blue.
殺してやるのですよ、レンちゃん。
Jeez, so many, like, insects in my room. Not mosquitoes. I don't know what you call this in English, but it's called laron, which is like those things that fly around that goes into lights. It's a sort of moth, I guess, but it's a different species or a different family. I'm not too sure.
私はポンコツじゃないからここの管理人に選ばれたのです。私は決して腐 ったみかんじゃないのですよ。この腐ったみかんどもが。
Wow, seriously? What's got Tama-chan so snappy today?
最近暑いから気温がたまちゃんのふってに届いちゃったんじゃないかな。へい、そこのインランピンク髪。リリアちゃんはインランになりたいのですよね。
Inrun.
私に任せればそれはものすごいドインランな一流の団地妻にしてあげるのですよ。
Damn, this girl.
いやー、違うの。自覚ないけど違うの。ちょっと黙って。
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're trying to do there, localization. Well, that changed topics quickly. I have no idea what's going on with this argument. Arla and Emmy, meanwhile, are so transparently eyeing the alcohol behind the bar counter, ignoring the other two. I, on the other hand, am left speechless with nobody else to talk to.
いらっしゃいませ。
Wait, even you? Why are you here too?
お客さんをもてなすのは当たり前。だから挨拶。
So she was here first. I assume that means you're living here now too, you.
とっくり。いかにも転入で引っ越してきた。
Ah, makes sense. You are a classmate after all. Becoming a dorm mate of a new classmate was the last thing I expected, though.
私も驚き。これからよろしくね。ね。
I believe the fact that we got transferred to this dorm was a mistake. Because this was supposed to be the place where they put like those monster girls, right? So if you guys haven't caught on, these girls are monster girls or demons as what the title says. I already said that, you know, Arla's a mummy and then Ruria's a succubus. Our sister, I believe, is an angel. This girl is a Yuki Onna, a snow woman. Who else am I missing? Miyabi. Miyabi's a witch. She politely pours a cup of tea from the kettle she carried into the room.
そちゃですが、個人的なおもてなしの気持ち。
Oh, thanks. I mean, I appreciate it, but... is it frozen? No, it's hot. It's red! The tea is bright red like bubbling magma. I can detect a deadly aura just like what I saw in the dead dog the other day. This isn't spicy, is it? Because it sure looks spicy.
私、辛いの好きだから。
I know, but I'm not sure whether I can call this tea if it's spicy.
普通。おいしい。飲んでみせる。
Wow, she's really drinking it normally. Maybe the tea is just typical non-spicy stuff after all. Yu lowers the cup from her mouth as I start to wonder.
ごちそうさまでした。
So I don't know what the hell she's doing with the whole spicy thing. I think it might be because she doesn't taste anything other than spiciness. Maybe? Because spice does not really mean heat. Well, it's heat in a different sense, but it's not like hot, right? It makes you sweat, but it doesn't really... It looks like you're having a hard time coping with it.
汗かいて寒い。ちょっとぬくもり分けて。
You grabs onto me. Ugh! I'm not a fan of that sensation.
汗かいてるから仕方ない。むしろご褒美。
You could touch someone else, not me, you. Well, I guess there's something kinda alluring about it. Maybe dealing with the sweat is worth it since she's so easy on the eyes. No. Wrong. I can't fool myself. I once heard someone say that sweat is made of the same components as urine. Is it? Might have to Google that. I mean, that sort of has some appeal on its own, so to speak, but oh my god, Ren.
ああ、レン君がまた浮気してる。レンさんが浮気。あれ、浮気ってことはもしかしてレンお兄さんとリリアさんはもうすでに。 この間俺にはエミだけだよって言ってたのに。
Emmy, I've told you not to use confusion to lie to your advantage. Okay, everybody just calm down and listen. I'll explain from the beginning, okay? Before that, you let go of me, okay?
Yeah.
I mean it! Hands off! I don't want to draw this out. Just pacifying the group takes half an hour. God, I wouldn't enjoy living there.
とりあえず先に部屋に案内するので30分後にリビングに集合なのです。入寮ミーティングはそれからするのですよ。
There's a reason why I wouldn't enjoy living here, guys, because while I do have a very, lewd mind and also a very high sexual urge and desires, I actually don't want to have sex. Not because of some religion bullshit or whatever, it's just my own, conviction.
分かったら返事なのです。このクソどもが。
Only gonna have sex with my wife. Nobody seems to be all that bothered by Tama-chan's dirty mouth at this point. I don't have a wife, by the way. I'm just saying I'll only be doing it with my future wife if I will ever have one. Whoa, awesome! Is this seriously the room I'll have starting today? It's a decently sized room. You even get a sofa in front of your bed. What the hell? Instead of TV, I actually prefer a sofa, yeah, for guests and whatnot. You even got a balcony up front. The room is incredibly spacious, and the bed is massive to boot. There's a ceiling fan, a terrace, and even a basic kitchenette with a fridge. There were only 2 bedrooms in our old apartment, and my bedroom was the living room. Now I can finally spank it in peace without Emmy interrupting. I love these games though. See, in these games, they're actually not afraid to say when you're actually fapping. In a previous Let's Play when I was playing 9-9, I feel like the main character really doesn't want to go into the topic of fapping, even though he was talking about wanting to keep having sex with the girls. And I find that weird because he was saying about how he knows the fact that he might be lusting over the girls instead of just, having romance or love in his mind. But he wasn't doing fapping to clear his mind out of the lust thing. So I find that very awkward and weird. I can't believe my good luck.
ベッドは一つしかないけど、大きいから一緒で大丈夫だね。お兄ちゃんとこんな生活するの夢だったんだ。エミ嬉しい。
Wait, what? Emmy? Do you mean?
うわ、何その絶望した顔。こんな可愛い妹と一緒だっていうのに文句あるなんて、正直エミドン引き。
Personal space, Emmy. I do like you, but I don't think I like you enough to invade my personal space every day.
ちょっとお兄ちゃんには妹の真髄を見せて。はい、退場なのです。時間がないからチャキチャキ動くのですよ。私はお兄ちゃんと同じ部屋じゃないと死んじゃうの。
Well, that works. For a second there, I was actually worried that she'd get her wish. My sister is right about one thing. She's impossibly cute. I treasure her more than anything. But even so, I'm sorry, my dear sister, but Oni-chan's been dying to have a room of his own. Ah, man, I'm so relieved. Okay, I've got to get my head out of the clouds and unpack while I still have time. I reach for my bag while silently thanking the gods as the voice of my sister grows further and further away. Not that there's much to unpack besides a couple of changes of clothes at the moment. If there's anything I really need from home, it should be easy enough to just walk there in. I'm surprised you don't have a laptop with you. Hmm? I hear something dragging on the floor somewhere behind me. Who could that be? Emmy and Tama-chan are both down the hall. I know I'm the only one left in the room, so... Okay. Is it a sea... It's a sea lion? A walrus? I don't know what this thing is. There's something white in here. I remember this thing also being able to talk. It's got an oversized upper body and it's staring at me with vacant eyes. Also, the area around its lips is faintly tinged black. True. It kind of looks like someone did a bad job of shaving this morning. And what the hell are those eyebrows? It's like some amateur fashionista high school girl styled them. Those are eyebrows? The dot-looking things? Details aside, I'm still not even sure what kind of creature this thing is. Huh? It spoke! And with actual words! And they say Japanese is the hardest language for people to learn. Whatever this guy is, he's pretty impressive. No, it's Chinese, my friend. Chinese is much harder than Japanese, I'm telling you. What's with its vocabulary? Visage? More like, I haven't seen you until just now. I mean, I guess I have now, sir? I slip into a more polite tone, not knowing what to do. Hello? I just answered you. Can you not hear me? Upon further inspection, he doesn't seem to have ears. Does that mean he's just deaf, period? I mean, he had to learn how to speak somehow. Wait, could these black spots over his eyes be ear holes rather than eyebrows? What? Wish? If I was Ren right now, what would I wish for? I'd probably wish for more money. I do love me some money. Wait, 2 of them? I'd still be surprised that he's offering to grant even 1. After looking a bit closer, he does have this kind of divine aura to him, and he is speaking to me. Maybe there's something out of this world about him after all. Excuse me, just let me think for a second. I'm impatient. I can't just think of 2 wishes I want granted off the top of my head like that. But I'm not sure I can afford to delay here. I mean, I could also wish for love, but I feel like that's something that I would rather earn myself than actually get my wish granted. I'd rather work for, you know, my own ideal version of love. Okay, while money, I don't really want to work too much for money. I really wish I could just have a shit ton of money without working. Really, I think that's what most people want. Okay, could I wish for 3 wishes instead of 2? Yeah, figures set me against the rules. You got me. Instantly rejected. Well, you were trying to be pretty sly there, Ren. Anything that could grant a wish is sure to have a failsafe or 2 in place, so to speak. Okay, so now I have to think of something specific. Something concrete. Okay, how about some kind of treasure? Of the first class variety, of course. Wait, was I actually too realistic that time? He seems put off by how insignificant and shallow my wish is. Actually, I'm not sure he has moved a muscle in his face since he spoke. Or is this one of those situations where the impure are unworthy or devoured? Huh? You're getting my treasure? My next one? Okay, give me a second. Then could you grant me, wisdom? Yup, I just plagiarized King Solomon's wish. So classy. Nothing came to mind, so I settled for a classic option. A treasure that never takes up space or blocks your path, no matter how much of it you have. Sound logic, Your Majesty. I gulp audibly as I wait for the white eyebrowed creature to respond.
Shook.
Yes? The marshmallow-esque creature turns toward the terrace. Then, it slides over the window and deftly undoes the lock with its pectoral fins? After that, it wordlessly dives into the sea from the deck. Silence follows, filling the room. What about my wish? Wait, is that it? I still haven't received an answer, of course. The wind blows through the window and disturbs the curtain. All I hear is the gentle cycle of the waves on the beach outside the room. Okay then. I have no idea what just happened. I don't remember that guy too much either, so I have no idea what his prevalence his what's the word? What his role is in the story. There we go.
レン、本当にいた。ちょっと手伝ってほしいことがあるんだけど。
Senpai! Miyabi Senpai! An alien or something just came through here! No kidding! A giant white marshmallow thing. It spoke Japanese, baited me, and then left by jumping into the ocean. I'm surprised he's more surprised of the freaking white thing than Senpai here coming to his room. Anyway, that's what just happened. I explained the strange encounter to Miyabi-senpai as we walked down the passageway. I leave the contents of the wishes out, avoiding the embarrassment. Miyabi pauses for a moment to think with her hand on her chin, and then gives a small nod of understanding.
それは幸運の白クジラじゃないかな。
White whale? Like the one in the legend that grants you 2 wishes if you find it?
そう、それ。ほとんど目撃情報がないから貴重な体験をしたね。
That guy actually did not have a name, even though we got a name for Pochi. No, I don't think that guy has a name. No, I think that guy's name might be Gome. We haven't seen Alpha. We know Reika, we know Pochi, we don't know Shigeru. It might be Alpha, Gome, or Shigeru. It's either of those 3. That guy has a sprite, so for sure, he's someone important. So that's what that was? It did instruct me to tell it my 2 wishes. Although it did seem to be messing with me in the end. But Miyabi-senpai doesn't seem to be that surprised by my story. Should I take this to mean that she hasn't taken what I said seriously? On the other hand, I'd have thought she had some screws loose if she told me the same thing. Maybe I'm just tired. I'm starting to get the feeling that may be the case. Moving on from that, would you happen to be living in this dorm from now on?
そうなんだ。まさかの偶然だよ。君はこっちの人だと思ってたんだけど、違ったんだね。
My kind, right? Yeah, I think you're a witch. One of your kind?
君も何かしらポンコツだからこの寮に来たんだよね。
No. It's not because I'm part of the Ditz squad. It's entirely Ruria's fault that I'm here at all. But the my kind statement tells me that Miyabi-senpai is here for a similar reason as the rest. I wonder. No. She's not even remotely as weird as the other girls. At least I'd like to believe so, but...
ごめん。答えづらいならそれはいいんだ。ちょっと私の引っ越し荷物が多すぎて。運ぶのを手伝ってくれないかな。
No, I'm not helping you. What's the merit?
タマ先生にレンがいるって聞いたから男の子の力を貸してもらおうって思ってね。
I guess the merit would be I'd get closer to her, but I don't think that's a merit for me. No thank you. She gives me a trusting wink as if it were the most natural thing in the world. She certainly knows how to rock that demeanor like she was born to do it. I'd have been irritated with anyone else if they tried that on me. If it's upper body strength you need, then I'm your guy. I mean, I prefer you not pigeonhole me as a human mule, but sure.
そこまでは重くないから大丈夫だよ。少し数があってね。
But actually make everyone else help out then. If it's more of a more back and forth than actual strength.
あとは中身に壊れ物が多いから少し慎重にしてくれれば。
Fragile parts. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Like what?
そう、調合用の器具のことだね。
She reaches into one of the cardboard boxes, revealing a variety of beakers and flasks. She counts each piece of equipment as she takes them out, lining them up neatly on her desk. You've got a lot of stuff that I'd usually expect to see in a chemistry lab.
基本的にそう特殊なものではないからね。 今はあくまで個人的な趣味でできる程度のものばかりだから。
She did say she wants to be a pharmacist, aka witch, I'm telling you. So making medicine is your hobby then. I see. Her tone makes it sound like she's making candy rather than some variety of chemicals. But maybe this is normal behavior for pro pharmacists in the making. I wouldn't know. I don't bother trying to wrap my head around the complicated aspects of this, simply nodding instead.
勉強中の身だからね。何でもトライアンドエラーだよ。私は頭が良くないから体で覚えるしかないんだ。
I mean, I thought that pharmacists, if they make some medicine, they already have the ingredients listed. Wait, so you just experiment with things from scratch without planning or help?
認可が下りれば他人が使うものだからね。自分なら誰にも迷惑かからないし、こっちでいう漢方みたいなものだから危険は少ないし。
Chinese medicine. But not much doesn't mean none. There are risks, aren't there?
失敗した時は寝込んだりお腹下したりする程度ならいい方かな。
I mean, I guess that's the second part is probably not a good thing. Diarrhea sucks, guys. But being able to sleep for a long period is actually something really nice.
記憶がなくなって気がついたら日付が3日進んでたのはさすがに怖かったけど。
Yeah, definitely a witch. No medicine does that. I've never seen someone talk about something so serious while keeping such a wry smile on their face. That's not funny to me. I'm certainly not sharing in her laughter right now. Pharmacist jokes are way beyond the realm of plebeians like me. But wow, taking personal risks for the sake of advancing medicinal research. Pharmaceutical chemists are an amazing bunch of people. It's not just her looks and behavior, but even her outlook on life. That's cool. At least I think so. I don't really share her opinion, but yeah. So senpai, what kind of medicine are you aiming to make?
精力増強剤。それはもうすんごいやつ。
What is virility again? Gonna have to Google this, senpai. Freaking hard words. Virility. Heck does that mean? The quality of having strength, energy, and strong sex drive. Manliness, I see. Could just use a freaking Viagra. Yup, you've lost me.
いやいやいや、君も名前の響きだけで差別するタイプなのかい？これは本当にすごく大事なことなんだよ。
I mean, I guess people in their 60s would probably enjoy what the hell you're making.
社会的に見たって少子化問題や不妊治療といったものだってあるんだ。
I wouldn't say all across. Well, yeah, all across the. I thought that was all across the world, but yeah, in Japan it's very declining.
すごい精力増強剤が作れたら、それはどれだけの人が幸せになれるか考えたことはないのかい？
It's not because they're impotent, though. I doubt you'll find many people who've thought quite so far in that direction. The image of her I carry in my heart is starting to crack. I never would have imagined that this, of all things, would be the issue that gets Miyabi-senpai all fired up. It's as she said, every girl who lives here has some kind of weird, ditzy quirk about them. Although she does smell nice, I don't mind how close she is to me now, honestly.
右手の時間になっても来ないと思ったら、何ラブコメしてやがるのですか、このクソどもが。
This is just that sort of game, Tama. And I'm sure we can have sex with you. I'm sure, Tama. Whoa, is it that late already?
本当だ、時間過ぎちゃってた。
So you're part of the harem, okay?
そんなだから腐ったみかんとか言われるのですよ。君たちはそれを悔しいと思わないのですか？
No? What's there to feel angry about? Oh, is that what other people say to you, Tama-chan?
何を言い出すのですか、レンちゃんは。バカじゃないのですか？バカじゃないのですか？
God, I'm so not good with dealing with these types.
私が教師になったのは、天下りとか言った人はみんな地獄に落ちるのですよ。
Maybe?
むしろこの玉が地獄へと送ってやるのです。
Okay, okay, I get it. Just calm down, little rotten orange. Tama-chan must be dealing with a lot of a lot of her own problems. I continue to poke fun at Tama-chan as she leads us back to the living room where the others await us.
さあ全員集まりましたね。学園屈指のポンコツさんたち。あなたたちのカルマを言うがいいのですよ。今日から私はここの寮長であり、君たちのルールブックなのです。口答えしたら殺すのです。さもなくば私の首が飛ぶのですよ。
Since when did Tama-chan turn into a dictator?
権力持ったら人が変わるタイプなんだね。タマちゃんの首くらい飛んでも構わないんだけど。
Same? Same?
だから私は開放的なのが好きなだけで、これは病気とかじゃなくて。私も新薬開発は人生の目標であって、カルマなんて言われたくはないな。
I guess the reason why Arla is talking like that is because of the bandages she has.
シャラップ！決めるのはあなたたちではないのです。
No, it actually is. It actually is, Tama.
ポンコツ寮に呼ばれた時点でポンコツなのですよ。自覚なさい、自覚を。
And doesn't that make you the same as them, Tama-chan?
違うのです。タマだけは腐ったみかんじゃないのですよ。腐ったみかんだったら領官に選ばれるわけがないのです。
No, you're definitely one of them.
だからポンコツというのはこういうことを言うのですよ。リリアちゃん、カモン、ここに立つのです。え、私？はい。
Maria stumbles forward to stand in front of Tama-chan.
その目をかっぴらいてよく見るのです。てや！
Tama-chan swiftly pulls out a book and opens it in front of Riria. Sexual Paradise, it reads. Yup, there's Riria's usual reaction. Tama-chan puffs out her chest in a victorious motion, apparently feeling satisfied.
今であるサキュバスの名にあるまじきイラッとするくらいのねんねちゃん。
Okay, so I got that right, she is a succubus. She was the only one that I wasn't really sure about. Everyone else should be what I said they are, too.
これをポンコツと言わずして何というのですか。ほらほら、もっといい声で泣くのですよ。ほらほら。タマちゃんの鬼畜教師。ただの鬼畜なのですよ。
That's a lot. That's very long. She has a lot of, you know, breath in her diaphragm.
エミリちゃんは博愛の天使のくせに超ブラコン。ユウちゃんは雪女のくせに超寒がり。ハルルちゃんはミイラ女のくせに露出狂。ミヤビちゃんに至っては薬剤師の魔女のくせに薬中なのです。
Wait, I don't see why.
この面々をポンコツと言わないで何をポンコツというのですか。
I don't see why it's weird for Arla to be, you know, to want to be free. Mummies are supposed to be free, aren't they? They're supposed to wear bandages, sure, but at the end of the day, they're kind of naked.
文句あるのですか、この腐ったみかんどもが。返事はイエスかハイなのですよ。
What about me, ma'am? What? I'm gonna have to hear that again. What the hell did Tama-chan just say? Succubus, angel, Yuki-onna, mummy, witch, junkie. I've never heard those terms outside of manga or fantasy video games. And she described them all as pretty much the opposite of what I expect from those words. Well, for now, I'll make sure I'm hearing her right. Tama-chan, sounds like you're tired. I put my hand on her petite forehead.
熱はないのです。おでこに手を当てるのなのです。タマだって由緒正しき竜の血を引いているのですよ。
Dragon blood. Acting like you're still in middle school definitely doesn't suit your age, Tama-chan.
何ですかその小バカにした感じ。
Okay, gotta say that was good, Ren.
ムカつく。ほんとムカつくのですよ。
So why am I here? I'm a normal human.
ここまでコケにされたのは生まれて初めてなのです。我が竜の爪のサビにしてくれるのですよ。キャー。
Whoa, watch out there. Wait, no, not the eyes. Don't go for the eyes. I don't know about the claws part, but she's seriously aiming to dig my eyes out with each swipe of her hands. If I hadn't bothered to dodge them, she might have actually had a shot at ripping them out of their sockets. Scary. For a door mother, she's awfully dangerous. Would you just calm down, please? Hey, you know, there are cookies in the fridge. Why not go?
私をバカにしたことをあの世で悔やむのです。知性の句を読む時間くらいならあげてもいいのですよ。
She edges nearer as she continues to assault me with savage swings of her arms. The look in her eyes is dripping with bloodlust. Her rage is at the level where the promise of non-existent cookies could fail to work. Small and slender as her fingers may be, there's so plenty to scoop out the important bits if they hit their mark. Riria! Help me out here! Stop Tama-chan!
ひどい。タマちゃんなんか社会不適合者のくせに竜族って言ってもポンコツじゃん。ポンコツのお子ちゃまドラゴンじゃん。
How old is she? Wait, is that supposed to be a comeback? What exactly are you trying to refute here?
私とお兄ちゃんをブラコンでくくるとか納得いかないな。私たちは結婚も子作りもエッチもセックスもできる合法兄弟なわけだし。
Yeah, there's something wrong with you, Emmy.
寒いものは寒い。仕方ない。人はそのために服を着ることを覚えた。ちょっと暖房入れていい？
Well, people can get frostbite if it is too chilly, you know. They could die from hyperthermia. Hypothermia.
それだけじゃないです。それでも人は服を脱ぐことも覚えたんです。だから私はちょっと開放的なだけで、私が変態みたいなことをレンお兄さんの前で言わないでください。
Arla, you're probably the most normal out of this bunch. I mean, when I sleep, I kind of want to feel chilly too, so I kind of, you know, sleep in my boxers. I mean, I think most guys do that. A lot of my friends do that too. Heck, some of them go commando, bro.
薬は素晴らしいものだよ。なりたい自分にもなれるし、みんなが幸せになれるんだ。その夢を叶えるためにちょっと臨床実験を自分でしてるだけじゃないか。
I don't think there's anything wrong with her being a witch and also wanting to make potions too. Why's that weird? Wow, they're remarkably proud of themselves. Wait, why aren't they denying any of her accusations? And why am I the only exception to all of this? At any rate, it's clear to me that everyone here has some kind of secret I've never heard of. Beyond that though, I'm still totally lost. Actually, what was the plan for dinner tonight anyway? And boy, what a nice view of the ocean we have. You're kind of going into, you know, not the land of disbelief now, Ren. He's trying to just think about, you know, what he can see instead of what he has to think about. This is a skyline I could get used to seeing every day. I think I'll just ignore the grim reality elsewhere in the room and just stare out the window for a while.
誰がお子ちゃまドラゴンなのですか。ろくにお酒すら飲めないくせに黙るのですよ。腐ったポンコツみかんどもが。
God, I hate Tama.
天使相手に面白いこと言うわね。
I hate Tama so much, guys.
天使の分け前って言葉知らないの？天使族がポンコツ竜族に飲み負けるわけないでしょ。ね、お兄ちゃん。
Beats me. I'm not a part of this.
お酒くらいで大人アピールとか花茶。だから私もポンコツじゃない。ね、レン。
I have no idea what you just said.
うちの実家はビールの発祥地ですし、私だってちょっとくらいは。レンさん、私だってポンコツじゃないですから。副作用の酩酊状態に比べたらアルコールなんて可愛いものだよ。なんならここで証明すればいいじゃないか。ねえレン。
So is this the reason why they're gonna have a, you know, a ×5 hand job here? Because they got drunk and they want to see my dick? Okay, hold on, no. Why are you all turning to me for support? I have no idea how to respond to any of them. Whether any of us can hold our liquor wasn't even the original topic of debate. I'm not even sure why that specific issue is so important to any of them.
私はそういうのはちょっと。はあ、出たのですよ。そういううっざい私可愛いアピール。こういう女が、はあ、私酔っちゃったとか言い出すのです。エリ姉はしょうがないよ。だってポンコツだし。違うよ。私だって立派なインマだもん。エロいんだもん。
I mean, your body's plenty sexy, yes, Riria. A bit too sexy for my taste. I like girls that have pink hair, but yeah, those boobs just don't cut it, girl.
ねえ、レン君。私、エロいよね。ね
In your own way, sure. I give an answer as non-committal as possible. But now I'm puzzled as to why the words ditz and airhead grind everyone's gears so much, or what it even really means in the situation. Setting aside the question of maturity, sexiness, or alcohol tolerance anyway. And I do still wonder about tonight's dinner.
ちょうど簡単にお酒がいっぱい。うわ、バカなのですか？それは備品じゃないから領収書で落ちないのですよ。タマちゃんは大人なんでしょ？そんなことでビビってるの？誰がビビロリポンコツババアドラゴンなのですか？やってやるのですよ。ありったけ持ってこいなのです。
God, people that have like personalities like Tama, I just don't like, man. Why are you so dumb?
ねんねちゃんにブラコンに冷え性に露出狂に薬中ども。お前ら全員土下座するまで許さないのですよ。その言葉、そのままお返しするよ。先生だからって薬をバカにするのは許されないからね。露出狂とか言われるのは心外です。訂正してもらいますから。私だってエロいよ。すっごいエロいんだから。
It seems Tama-chan wasn't the only one here with a no lid on her temper. Everyone else lacks one as well. If I were you, I'd just go. Yes, I would just go outside, Ren. Exactly, my thoughts, my bro. And now, with everyone denying their apparent quirks in parallel, time passes until. Wait, we didn't go outside? You idiot!
はい、みんな行くのですよ。せーの。ポンコツで悪くないです。ポンコツって言ったやつがポンコツです。
Surprisingly, everyone's in the same wavelength now. In the middle of the girls, the table is covered in empty bottles. The tasteful, well, it used to be, living room is now a wreck, and it reeks of alcohol. I wish they changed the background of it though, with having like bottles everywhere. Not to mention.
久しぶりに先バス服着たけど、胸がきつくて苦しいな。
Wait, so your wings are just part of the outfit?
私、天使って響きがダッサいから嫌いなんだよね。
Is that also just part of the outfit, Emmy?
私はこっちの方が好き。ちょっとだけ恥ずかしいけど。
Just cover the loot bits, okay, Arlen? That's how you make me not have to censor this on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciated.
これ、ゴワゴワするけど暖かい。胸アピールすごいけど割と暖かい。やっぱりこっちの服は気が引き締まっていいね。魔女として。
As is now plainly obvious, everyone's changed into some pretty crazy cosplay get-ups.
みんなポンコツでも孫にも衣装って感じでそれっぽいですね。
And you're supposed to be a dragon and yet you're wearing a cheongsam.
レンちゃんもこれで
A cheapao, right?
通称魔族だって納得しましたか？
I don't know if clothes alone are enough to prove something that outlandish. All I see right now is a group of drunk cosplayers, really. I guess they kind of look like demons, if only as far as the clothes would suggest. If anything, the amount of skin they're showing is the best indicator that they're demonic types. Maybe. One thing for certain is that I'm fully enjoying the view. Cute and sexy figures abound. Yum! What sort of character am I playing as, dude?
レン君レン君どうどうこの角と羽と尻尾いかにも先はスって感じしない？ほらパタパタ
Riria bounces in a circle around me. Her wings lightly wave to and fro, and her tail does the same. Whoa! Are you actually moving those yourself?
お兄ちゃんそんなに羽に触りたいなら私の触っていいんだよ私お兄ちゃんにならファースト羽もふあげてもいいってずっと思ってたんだから
Don't make it sound so weird! Emmy flutters her wings gently at me and pulls in close to my chest. First to grope your wings. What's the deal with that phrasing?
まあファーストキスの羽版みたいな感じとりあえず貴重
Sorry, but I'm not really sold on it being a big deal, as you say. If I were an angel myself, her demeanor alone might have elicited a nosebleed. As much as I know I'll regret it, I have to abstain. I know it must mean a lot to you, dear sister. Sorry. So these really aren't just something you put together and stuck on?
だから何度も作り物じゃないって言ってるでしょ空飛んだりはできないけど正真正銘本物だよ
If you can't fly on them, bullshit!
天使の羽は超高級羽毛布団に使われたりする超高級品だし
That just means it's made out of feathers! Those duck feathers of yours are worth that much, are they? Usually, I'd expect an angel's wings to be more divine, I guess. Seraphimisk? I know nothing of life or culture among angels or succubi anyway. Ruria, Emmy, wait. We've all been together since we were kids. If those wings, horns, and tail are real, how is it that I've never seen them until now? I've seen them in clothes, Japanese and otherwise, that expose their backs after all. But this is my first time seeing the wings. Not to mention that Ruria's horns certainly couldn't be covered by a hat.
いやーもうそんなところまで見てるとか言っちゃうなんてみんなの前で何言ってるのよバカバシバシ
Okay, enough of that. I'm so cool. Or at least, I'm not letting myself get freaked out. I'm as calm and collected as I ought to be.
羽とかは自由に出したり引っ込めたりできるからねじゃないと普段は邪魔でしょ雨に濡れると気持ち悪いしそうそうこんな感じで
So it's not just illusion magic? Really now? I'm impressed, though I still have no clue how any of this is possible. They can claim it's real all they like, but I still have trouble accepting that as fact. I'm so blown away by how sudden and detailed it all is. Call it culture shock or something.
でもレン君が似合うって言ってくれるなら普段から出しとくよやだお兄ちゃんエッチなんだからバシバシ
I'm the one who should be saying geez. What with the drunkards surrounding me? Human or otherwise, drunk people are always irritating company. Depends on what sort of drunk they are. If I was drunk, I actually don't really... Well, it depends on the level of toxicity, I guess. Level of drunkenness. If I'm just tipsy, I tend to actually talk a lot more, but never really in a weird way. But I'm guessing these guys are super drunk. For now, though, I'm going to leave these two girls to deal with themselves.
やっぱり最低でもこのくらいの開放感は欲しいですよねちょっと恥ずかしいけどやっぱりこっちの方が落ち着きます
You ration your clothing and whatnot like your life's a constant struggle for resources, Arlen. I do recall her referring to this outfit as emergency clothes before. I didn't really give much of a retort at all when she put the bandages on the first time, really. I guess she was serious. Bandages are actually backup clothes for her. Now that I think about it, our conversation about clothes went roughly the same. I see. So this is who my cute little Arle was from the beginning. So, Arlen, I remember someone mentioning that you're a mummy.
その、はい、マミー族ですね。
You're a bit too cute to be a mummy, Arlen. Mummy are supposed to be disfigured. They're supposed to be decomposing. Have I, pulled the immersion out of you guys' eyes? Yes, mummies are supposed to be revolting. She's not supposed to be cute. But of course, the game doesn't want to make her like that.
なんかこう、改めて言われると照れちゃいますね。
Demon or not, as far as I can tell, you look like any ordinary girl would to me. And if you're going to blush about something, maybe it should be about your lack of clothes. I try to respond to Arla as normally as I can. The bandages on her body hide the most important parts just enough to accent them magnificently. Whatever you say, Ren!
でも、マミー族は本来はもうちょっとギュッと包帯巻くんですよ。私が窮屈なのがダメなだけで、マミー族が露出狂なわけじゃなくてですね。
No, what I'm talking about is that you should be disfigured, Arla. You should be, like I said, decomposing. I don't care about your bandages. Okay, I can imagine what you'd look like in a more typical mummy getup. No worries. Well, telling her to put on some more clothes isn't going to work. I give up. I guess exhibitionism is just part of Arla's own personality. In the meantime, I'll need to find a solution to not knowing where to look.
ちょいちょい。レン？どう？私は似合ってる？
Yes, your outfit is probably the best out of all of them, you. You look amazing. You want my opinion? Honestly, you look really nice in that. But it screams red light district. I mean, I guess she could probably wear it a bit higher on her shoulder. That's true. The way her kimono fits gives her the exact impression of a high-class, well-groomed prostitute. I mean, I love the juxtaposition with her light skin, narrow shoulders, and the nape of her neck. Knowing how much she hates the cold, it strikes a sharp contrast with how much skin her outfit shows. Although, to be rational for a moment, it's more jarring to hear her complain about the cold when we're in the middle of summer.
谷間、気になる？エロい？
I prefer them smaller, you. Well, I wasn't exactly looking at that, but I can't fully deny that I was seeing that part of her. Eyeing. I am, after all, just a boy.
これ、こう見えて雪女の里製だからあったかい。
I really wish, like, one of these days, these games would actually cater to my preferences instead of the big boobs preferences. I know a lot of people seem to like big boobs more than small boobs, but come on, guys! They're lumps of fat.
それに見えそうで見えない。でも、絶対にずり落ちない設計。残念。
Her face strikes a come hither look. Come hither? What does that mean? As she sways her breasts subtly. I bet if I reached out and grabbed them, they'd be as soft as marshmallows. As to her question, the fact that I can't just go ahead and do that is indeed a very sad thing for me. I must admit, Yuki Onna definitely knows how to bring out the sexy atmosphere.
でも、レンが似合うって言ってくれて嬉しい。実家から苦労して持ってきた甲斐があった。
You know we barely know each other, right, you?
かさばって大変だから途中で捨てようか迷ったけど。
You're quite the practical thinker, I see. If that was made in her hometown, it must be a terrible thing to waste. Normally, I'd expect her to be more attached to it, honestly. But if Emmy hates using the word angel, then there must be some personal reason for them to dislike something tied to their identities like this. As I said before, I don't get demon culture at all.
みんな元気で何よりだね。
I mean, you're taking things at stride, Ren. I like it though, you're kinda genre savvy.
ハイになるお香を炊いた甲斐があったよ。
Unlike, there's like this Monster Girl game that I also played before, guys, called Princess X. And in that one is a lot more interesting because that was actually not a Nukige as I thought it was. But this one, for a Moege slash Nukige, this makes a more fun experience, a more easy to digest experience. Energy booster incense? There's a small dish on the bar counter, with a subtle trail of smoke ascending from it.
これは天然素材のものだから心配はいらないよ。
Your outfit kinda sucks, Miyabi. Can't really say much more than that. It kinda sucks.
リラックス効果がすごい高くて素直になれるだけのハーブだから。
Oh, I see. With everything going on around us, the words energy booster do not sound like a good thing to me. An image of the mild chaos of the room crossing into illegal territory comes to mind.
でも本当に害があるものではないから大丈夫だよ。
Is it gonna make people horny?
私はそういう薬の乱用は嫌いだし、絶対にしない魔女派だから。
Technically, being horny isn't really harmful. Oh, that makes sense. So you're a purist then. I look into the distance. I didn't think there would be a factions among the witches. I nod. Nothing will will faze me anymore tonight.
でもやっぱりレンはこっちの人だったんだね。魔族っぽい感じじゃなかったから違うとは思ってたけど。
I'm a fucking human male. By one of us, do you mean? Oh, you mean what you mentioned earlier this afternoon? I'm sorry that I didn't get what you meant.
いや、ごめん。私もちょっと確認不足だったから。魔界のことは知ってる人もいれば知らない人もいるからね。
Yeah, there certainly are people out there who do know. Not that I was one of them. This is my first encounter with any of it. My closest friend and my sister are demons? Hey, about the demon realm. Is it a large community? Full of people like the girls here?
レンちゃんはこれでも信じられないとか。
I'm waiting for her to do the heh but they didn't. Damn you localizations.
腐ったみかんは本当に脳みそ過重なので。
One of these days you're gonna get hurt, Tama.
痛い。ほっぺ引っ張っちゃダメなのです。ごめんなさい。
And I'm not talking about just your cheeks. It's gonna be some rough sex, I'm telling you. I grabbed the self-styled dragon woman's cheeks and pulled them sideways. Her skin is so smooth and soft. Baby-like even. Very nice. It's hard to imagine this taking the place of dragon skills or whatnot. Especially when a person in question looks like a little girl. Even with the provocative cheapao she's wearing. Okay, so it is a cheapao. Judging by how the conversation's been going, maybe Tama-chan really is one of the Ditz squad after all. I let go of Tama-chan's cheeks, having noticed that she's almost in tears. So, is anyone willing to tell me what demon actually means here then? I'm still not sure how to process all this information. With all this talk of angels, succubi, and everything else in between.
だから魔族なんてそこら中にもいますし、魔界に行けば腐るほどいるのですよ。おいって。要はちょっとした外人の一種だと思えばいいのです。
Why are all of them females? Because they want a harem, I guess. But come on, I'm sick of just having females. I want guys. I want some bromance, bro.
目が青いか羽が生えてるか程度の差なのですよ。わかりましたか？
Heck, I don't even mind if some of the girls actually get taken by my rivals or whatever. That makes for a more interesting story. No, I don't. But I guess people who play these games probably don't like it when, their love interests get NTR'd. I personally don't really care about that. I rarely care enough about a character that I would mind if they get taken by someone else. No, I don't. What is this demon realm to begin with? Where is it? Somewhere near Izu? Give me some concrete details.
伊豆じゃないけど、どこって言われてもな。私は小さい頃に行ったきりだからよくわかんないや。うちの里は新潟の山の上の方。
Gotta try to remember that place, Niigata, huh? Hopefully I can go there when I go to Japan again.
ちなみにヒマラヤに親戚がいるって。うちはエジプトの隣の国というか、ゲートをくぐった裏側の国っていうか。
Nope, never going to Egypt, Arla. I saw the videos about what happened to Egypt for the best ever review show. Best ever food review show. Never gonna go to Egypt. No thank you.
魔女は割とヨーロッパのあたりに散らばって住んでるけどね。
Europe, I probably will try to get there at some point. Heck, I probably would go to Europe first before I go to the US.
天使は空の島だから飛行機じゃないといけないよ。
Of course, the money is gonna be very expensive. It's very expensive to go to the Western countries from where I am. It's actually cheaper for me to go to Japan and South Korea, because I live in Asia. First time I've heard of it. Certainly haven't seen any such destinations listed at the airport.
遊族は基本デブ症なので、中国の山奥のど田舎なのですよ。
China, I'm pretty interested actually.
ほんと実家に帰省するときは旅行どころか大冒険で鬱になるのです。竹やぶで野生のパンダに遭遇したときは死を覚悟したものです。
Fighting what, wild pandas? Sounds crazy. Pandas are bears technically, so they must be pretty savage. Tangling with bears on your way home must be quite the adventure indeed.
まあ、悪魔って言ってもそんな感じだよ。普通。
It's hard to think of the difference in our appearances being on the same level of, say, Americans versus Japanese. Are the wings and horns the only real difference between us? Am I thinking too far into this? Animal horns are actually a part of their skulls, I've heard.
大丈夫だよ、レン君。人と悪魔でもちゃんと結婚できるから。子供も普通に作れるよ。ちょっと私と試してみる？
I'm still so ashamed that I chose you, Emmy, as my first, chick to bang. Clearly because you're coming on to me so hard. I was really horny, guys. When I was playing this, I was super horny, wasn't I? Okay, keep it mature. I'm trying to have a civil, serious discussion here, okay? I chastised my sister for her lazy attempt at a dirty joke.
本当に別に人と変わらないと思えばいいと思いますよ。
I mean, you don't look all that different from humans. Of course I can. In Princess X, it makes a lot more sense for the main character to not really be able to do that because the monster girls are actual monster girls. In this one, it's clearly a lot more lighthearted. The girls are just, the same as humans.
それぞれの種族で性質とか特徴があったりはしますけど。
So that's why I don't really think there's gonna be much substance to the story in this game. It's all gonna be about the 8 scenes, my bros.
アメリカの人は陽気とか、スペインの人は情熱的とか、そんな感じだね。犬はワンで、猫はニャー。
Is it really okay for us to boil our differences down to something so mundane? Seems wrong.
これだけみんながそれでいいって言ってるのに。
Don't worry, Ren. It's easier for us to bang them too.
レンさんって意外に警戒心が強いんですね。
I wouldn't call it being wary per se. I wonder if Princess X is the only Monster Girl story where the story is very interesting. Because the first time I thought about Princess X, it was just Monster Girl Quest, but no. It was different. It was really interesting. I still don't see how they can just discuss something so world-shattering as if it's common knowledge. It's a huge pill to swallow for me. It doesn't even seem real. But maybe this is just everyday knowledge, as Ruria says.
もしかしてレン君、悪魔って言えば魔法を使ったり火吐いたり空飛んだりすると思ってる？あるそういうの。それって日本人がちょんまげって思われてる感じだよね。
Huh? What?
そんなのは何億年前にあったらしいっていう創作程度の話だしね。こっちで言うところの神話みたいなものかな。魔界もこっちとあんまり変わらないですよ。電気も車もコンビニもありますし。
So wait, the demon realm is just another modern society?
テレビもネットもスマホもあるし。むしろ こっちにあるものは大体ある。
I forgot to add in smartphone there.
ちょっと空が赤かったり、変わった動物とか植物があるくらいなのです。いわゆるゲームや漫画のファンタジーの魔界じゃないのですよ。
So are the cosplayerish clothes you're all wearing actually normal in that world?
コスプレとか言われると心外だけど、民族服っていう認識でいいんじゃないかな。
Nah, they're cosplay alright, Miyabi-senpai. Oh, sorry if I offended you if I offended any of you. I didn't mean anything by it. Anyway, the point is that this world is pretty similar to yours overall.
大体同じ。
I guess their analogy of Japan and America isn't far off the mark then. Now that they've put it into words, I find it hard to dismiss their point. Thinking back, I don't recall there ever really being a cultural gap between me, Emmy, and Riria when we were growing up.
そもそもうちの学園が魔族との交換留学制度のある学園なのです。ここにいる子たち以外にもちょいちょいいるのですよ。
You guys still haven't answered my questions though. Why the fuck am I here? Whoa, really? Have there always been a lot of demon students and I've just never noticed?
表向きは公表してないだけで、日本の有名人とかでも魔族はたくさんいますし。あ、歌手のパミパミもそうだよね。カッカとかユーコリンも。一応は非公開になってるけどね、事務所の絡みで。
Seriously? Pamyu and Kaka are A-list stars. I'm utterly shocked. Well, Kaka kind of looks part monster already, but still. Some demons aren't so hard to pick out from the crowd, huh? Seems like I really didn't know much about the world after all.
そういうことだから、別に魔界とか魔族とか、レンちゃんは気にしなければいいのですよ。
Why am I here, damn you? Come on, just tell me.
気にしてもしなくても、レンちゃんの人生に変わりはないのです。
I can't think of any reason to disagree with that, truth be told. But it's as she says, I don't think anything is different in the end. Hell, even when something new and threatening shows up in our lives, it doesn't automatically constitute a crisis. Riria and Emmy have always been what they are, so technically, there isn't even anything new to cope with. Riria still isn't the type to suddenly pin me down and violate me, and Emmy's brother complex isn't going to disappear anytime soon, I expect. I suppose I'm better off not thinking too much about the whole thing. I still can't quite wrap my head around it all, though.
まあ、話がそれまくりでだいぶ時間も経ってしまったわけなのですが、ここで有料ミーテに話を戻そうと思うのですよ。
Wow, that topic switch almost gave me whiplash.
そういえば、そもそも入寮ミーティングで集められたんだったね。
It feels like we first started talking about demons like hours ago. I think back again too when the discussion started and realized we've been at it since the early afternoon. And a look outside the cosplay convention that once was the living room reveals that the sun is already completely set. What the hell have I been doing? I don't know. I said we should just go out of this stupid living room or house or villa or whatever, but you stayed with them while they were drinking some booze.
もう疲れたので簡単に言うと、ここはポンコツどもをまとめて寮に入れて構成しようってことなのです。ポンコツ同士励まし合って傷を舐め合って生きろというのがこの寮の趣旨なのですよ。
Wow, that's quite the abbreviated explanation. Girl! I'm not a girl though! Not to mention convoluted. And kind of harsh, I feel. But what Tama-chan says matches up closely with how Reika-san described the dorm. There's something kind of off about the nuance of her phrasing, but it's hard to tell which woman was more benevolent in their presentation.
レオ君、私ポンコツじゃないよね。偉いよね。
I'm not really sure if I can give you a straight answer.
ひどい。一言だからって適当に結構悩んでるのに。まあそんなわけで運命共同体として頑張ってポンコツを克服してくれなのです。
Ren asks about what the fuck we are here for.
それ以外は特に縛りもルールもないので、あとは個人でお願いしますなのですよ。 他に何か質問がある人は挙手なのです。
Thank you. Raise your hand, Ren. Tama-chan, do you mind if I ask one?
私は別にポンコツじゃないから知ったこっちゃないのですが、何でしょうか？
Well, I'm not a demon or in need of rehab as you say everyone else is. So what exactly am I supposed to do here? I choose to put aside the question of whether I count among this group or not.
じゃあ、レン君は入寮の資格なしなのですね。
Alright, let's get outside. We're free!
明日にでも出ていくがいいのです。はい、さようなら。
Wait, what? Are you serious? Like, really? This isn't some kind of dragons only humor?
そんなのかわいそうだよ。家にももう戻れないし。
No, we can. We just gotta explain it to Reika. That's our house. That's not even her house. Sure, she might have the land, but we bought that with our own money. I mean, our dad.
さあ、せっかく一緒に生活できると思ったのに、もう出て行っちゃうんですか？不憫なお兄ちゃんかわいそう。
I'm not living on the streets, Emmy.
でも大丈夫。隠れた私の部屋で飼ってあげるからね。
Oh, thank you.
でも入寮資格がないとなると確かに難しい話だね。家なき子萌え。
Huh?
バックログって
Is that really what she said?
家なき子萌え。
I feel like she didn't say a complete sentence there. But I guess she did. It's not something you're supposed to find cute.
じゃあ私と結婚すれば同じ部屋で。
Not happening. Oh no, they're for real. My only choices now are to become a pet, a teenage husband, or go homeless. Or go back and explain to Reika-san! Who knew not being one of them would work against me? Still, I doubt Reika-san would accept any excuse I give her. No, she will! What the fuck are you talking about? Once she declares something, she never goes back on it. And her word is law. That's not her house! That's your house! If I were to avoid those three choices, my only other way to survive might be to commandeer a doghouse somewhere. No, autumn is just around the corner. I'd feel so lonely.
でもタマも自分の教え子が路頭に迷ってるのを見るのも夢見が悪いのです。じゃあレンちゃんはこの寮の管理人補佐として住み込みで働くのはどうですか？
If I was in your shoes, Ren, I would have declined. But this is a hentai game. So of course you wouldn't mind. Assistant dorm supervisor? What exactly would my job be then?
私の奴隷じゃなくて私のお手伝いなのです。
Thanks, Tama.
みんなのご飯作ったりお掃除したりそんな感じの。
Oh, if that's all, then I'd be happy to. By all means, yes, please. I mean, if that's all you really want in exchange for a living space, I'm all for it. And wait a minute. That basically means nothing's changed about my household role in the end. Well, for an instant, I was seriously considering sharing an outdoor bedroom with a dog. This is still a way better option.
タマちゃん、私も一つ質問よろしいでしょうか？許可するのです。何なのです？そのタマちゃんはこのポンコツ寮の管理人さんなんだよね。ってことはポンコツ構成の指導みたいなのもするってことだよね。
What does this rehab even mean anywhere?
私はポンコツではないのですが、そういうことになっているのですね。
She nods proudly. She's the poster child for this group, though. She's not taking the hint, no matter who's trying to indicate this to her.
それでレン君がタマちゃんのお仕事を手伝うってことはレン君が私のポンコツ指導員ってことになるのかな？そういうことになるのですね。
I see. I get the impression that assistant dorm supervisor is a more complicated job than the title suggests. Clearly, the rehab is going to rest entirely on my shoulders. Wait, hold on. That can't be right. That's the main job of running this dorm.
はあじゃなきゃ何のための補佐なのですか？私が楽をできなきゃ何の意味もないのですよ。
That's all of your job. Well, no, I mean, yeah, I guess that's a good point, but I hardly know a thing about demons or what all of these means. There's no way I could handle that when the only knowledge on the topic that I have is what I learned over the last couple of hours.
細かい男なのですね。そんなの適当にやっときゃいいのですよ。適当に。
Fucking bitch, you're so gonna have such rough sex when we get to it.
ポンコツ娘の世話とか知ったこっちゃないのですよ。マジで。治らなかったら治らなかったで最大限努力しましたとでも言っておけばいいのです。
You'd make a surprisingly effective coach. She can give some rather moving speeches sometimes. I guess that's why they put her in charge of this place. I'd love it if Tama-chan spoke this way more often. That doesn't solve the problem of me being underqualified. Is it too much to ask for you to concretely define what you want me to do?
だから私はもう疲れたって言ってるのですよ。赤ちゃんだったらぐずって泣き出してるところなのです。
Not my problem. Tired or not, give me a break here. Explaining the details is part of your job description, Tama-chan. Since when has she been some grumpy little kid? She's as selfish as a little girl, and looks the part too. Not that she's actually the right age to call her that. That makes it all the worse.
じゃあさ、レン君が先生なら、
Hmm? Hmm?
おちんちん見せてもらってもいいよね。
Yeah, this is the first scene we got in the game, guys. I guess it's a continuation. Alright, whatever you want. Excuse me? Show you my what now? I respond as if she's just said something normal that I hadn't heard clearly.
だってさ、そういうことでしょ？私はさっきバスで、なのにエロいのがダメなポンコツさんで、ここはそれを直すための寮で、レン君が先生ってことは。
Well, her request actually makes sense, but why does that mean that everyone else would also want to see my dick?
そういうことでしょ？でしょ？
No, hold on a sec, just slow down. Your train of thought just took a left turn into complete nonsense. No, I think that actually makes a tiny bit of sense, Ren. Still nonsense, but a tiny bit of sense.
はあ、なるほどね。リリネーの目の付けどころは悪くないわね。
I still hate the fact that the localization always changes how Emmy says Riri's name. Damn you! Be consistent.
もしかしたら私の愛もそれで治るかもしれないってことで。
No! How? It's just gonna make you even more addicted. Calm down, you. That's not thinking it through at all. That doesn't even make sense.
いやもうさ、こんなグダグダ言われるくらいだったらさ、私も妹じゃなくて恋人になればいいんじゃないかなって思うの。
In a twisted way, that actually makes sense too. That does fix the Brokon thing if we actually become married.
それにお兄ちゃんって息を潜めていきなりドアを開けてもそういうラッキースケベ見せてくれないじゃん。
Why are you like this, sister?
せっかく妹が洗濯担当なのにガビガビになったパンツとかも見たことないしさ。
Because that's disgusting. Why would you even want to see stains in my pants? You don't even know whether or not it's from like pee or like actual semen. Okay, seriously, wait. What are you saying you were doing to my laundry? I never expected my sister to actually have such dangerous motives. I was so thankful that she was going to take care of the laundry too.
肌と肌同士だともっと暖かいと聞き及ぶ。
Not my problem, you.
服越しでちょっとだけでもあれだけ暖かかった。
This is ridiculous. Does everyone just want to have my dick?
ということは裸でくっついたらそれはもうワンダフォーな世界が期待できる。
This is ridiculous.
なので早崎優賛成に1票。
Okay, you need to stop too. Why has this turned into a conversation about me stripping?
まあ年頃の女として興味もないことはない。
No, no, no. You've been infected by the crazy as well. I mean, I guess she was always the type to do or say whatever she felt, but for the moment, that's of no help to me. None of them are heeding my objections. Arla! Arla, buddy pal, help me out here.
そんなレオ兄さんのスフィンクスが見れるなんて。
You're useless.
レオ兄さんと一緒に暮らせると思ったらいきなりスフィンクスなんて。
This is why these harem settings are so garbage. Why isn't anyone making any sense?
じゃあとりあえず私も脱いでいいですか？脱ぐだけですから。人生のプラスマイナスはゼロっていうのは本当だったんですね。
I don't necessarily think so. We're not energy, Arla. Nope, no luck. Her hardware's bugged out too. This is the one that shocks me the most, honestly. Arla always seemed the most docile of my juniors. I never would have imagined that my cute little Arla had such a dark side. Hmm? Wait, is it just me or does the room smell kind of smoky?
さすがはレン、いいところに気がついたね。実はちょっとさっき追加のハーブを炊きすぎてしまってね。軽く規定量の倍くらいの濃度になってしまったんだよ。
Why is this high? Wait, does that mean you've doubled the effect too? Must be an easy effect to regulate by that logic.
今実際に自分が体感してる感覚をもとにして考えると、一概に倍とは言えないけれど、でもちょっと自制が効かない感はあるよね。
Alright, just make me horny already.
もともとアルコールとの親和性と相乗効果が高いハーブだから。
Alcohol does not make you want to have sex, by the way. I've been very drunk and I didn't have sex. Like, I think I have been drunk, very, very drunk, like 5 times or something. And none of those times I've had sex at all. I just puked.
あ、でも健康に害や毒性は何もないから安心して大丈夫だよ。
It's all about the mentality about what you want when you're drinking. If you're thinking about you want to get rid of your troubles by, say, alcohol or having sex, basically instant gratification, then yeah, you're gonna do it. But I never do that when I drink alcohol. So you mean, this is related to how everyone's brains are misfiring right now.
大いにあるね。かくいう私も君の男性器に興味が止まらないし。
Why? You're supposed to be a freaking idol. I thought idols were supposed to be pure or some shit. Even though I don't believe that. Excuse me? Genitalia, she says. Genitalia is in my dick? The thing I was born with, the thing I keep hidden away under my clothes all the time? Why would Miyabi-senpai want to see it exactly? Senpai, what exactly are you saying?
女側は自分でいろいろと試すことができても、男の子のは見たこともないんだ。
Why would you want to test a freaking medicine on my dick? You want to make it bigger? Well, I guess she wants to make Viagra, so I guess.
それに、君なら嫌悪感もないし、薬剤師としても女としても興味があるのは当たり前でしょ。だから私も君になら指導されるのも悪くないかなって。
Unnerving as the whole situation might be, I'm still kind of flattered that Miyabi-senpai wants to see me naked. Plus, I think if I told her that this counts as a form of drug abuse, it'd have the opposite effect. Thinking calmly about it though, curing Miyabi-senpai of her medicine mania doesn't necessarily mean I'd be stuck being her guinea pig.
うだうだ言ってないで。の一つや二つ見せりゃいいのですよ。減るもんでもあるまいし。ポンコツとはいえ、これだけの女の子に迫られて芋引くとかね。
Duh! I care more about my manlyhood than... Or I guess not manlyhood. What do you... I don't know. What adjective fits this? The situation. I care more about ... if I don't want to show them my dick.
レンちゃんはほんと人間以前に男としてポンコツなのですよ。
Ah, it irritates me to no end to hear her belittling my manhood like that. You are so gonna have some rough sex when we get into your scene. Should I just go ahead and say, here you go, and whip it out like she says to prove her wrong? I call bull. No, absolutely not. This isn't good. I think I'm starting to get caught up in the atmosphere. Is this due to the added helping of herbs? Keep it together, Ren. I have to do something to stay in control.
ねえ、お願いだよ、レン君。幼馴染の私のためでもダメ？
No, that's not... I'll be happy to do anything to help you, but... Well, if I just went and exposed myself on my own to you all, I wouldn't be able to take that back. Think about it calmly. What does anyone stand to gain if I do that?
じゃあ、お兄ちゃんだけじゃなければいいってこと？
What?
確かに、一方的なのはフェアじゃないかも。
This is so dumb.
私なんかで、レンさんが興奮してくれるなら。
God, when you're not horny and you read all this bullshit, you're actually like, oh my god, what are these guys saying? No, that's not what I mean at all.
10日交換と言われたら、私も覚悟を決める気持ちはあるけど。
What are you talking about? What does something like equivalent exchange have to do with the situation? Everyone's eyes are set on me, expecting a specific answer. This wasn't what I had in mind when I said that. I can practically feel everyone's conviction growing harder and harder to deny. They're set on the idea that it's okay if I'm not the only one stripping. And now they're just waiting for me to confirm that interpretation of what I said. My heartbeat is growing more intense. Blood is pounding through my heart, and through my lower body to boot. This is bad. I'm not going to win. There's nothing else I can say anymore.
みんな公正にやる気で、先生は嬉しいのですよ。
You know this was supposed to be your job, right, Tama? What the hell were you even supposed to do without my help? Were you supposed to, like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
こんなにみんながやる気なのに、レンちゃんはそれでも断るのですか？
Because I still have my logical brain, yes, I would. Yes, I would, Tama. If I was super horny, I would be like, hell yeah, damn it!
ポンコツじゃないとか、そういう以前の問題の気がしますけども。
Tama-chan goads me with a provocative smile on her face. There's no way I can refute her with that line of reasoning. She might as well be standing behind me, literally pushing me into the throng of girls. How this will end is already plain as day. Still, as much as I wish I could rebuke them, well, if you're that hell-bent on it, fine, as long as everyone cooperates, okay? I ask one more time for some self-control on the part of the group, facing all of them directly.
わかった。お兄ちゃんが望むなら、覚悟の上。
Such a difference when you're not actually a horn dog. Such a big difference. I probably would have been enjoying this scene if I was super horny and wanted to, you know, do a quick fap.
はい、わかりました。約束は守るよ。
Yeah, I'm definitely gulping there. Everyone swallows in anticipation and nods eagerly. Alright. See you, YouTube.
これでいいのかな？
Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. Back to the scene, I suppose. But yeah, you guys on YouTube, you guys will not be seeing this even though you guys are getting early access. You guys want to see that? Patreon. Are we good? Are we done? Ah, all right, we're done, guys. Okay, there's no title for this new scene, but okay. I think that's gonna be the end for the current episode. I don't think this game actually has an opening because we've already played for about 4 hours and there's no opening intro for the game. But yeah, you guys on YouTube, you're back. You guys just missed about a 30-minute H scene. It's just a finishing or, you know, a continuation of what happened in the prologue that you guys missed. It was pretty nice, and I also voice act an H scene that I haven't voice acted in a long time. Meaning that it's just comedic. The H scenes in this game I feel like are gonna be more comedic for me rather than sexy because I'm doing this with a clear mind. With the right mindset, like H scenes actually become super comedic. When you're horny, they become hot. But when you have a clear mindset like I'm doing when I'm playing these Let's Plays, it's actually so comedic to me. So that was actually not bad. But okay, with that said, this is where I'm gonna be calling it an episode. For people on YouTube, this is mostly just going to be like an hour 30 minutes. So you guys missed about a 30-minute H scene, as I said. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. YouTube will have everything early access but not uncensored, so I do appreciate Patreon a lot more, guys. And yeah, if you guys aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. Okay, with that said, I will see you guys on YouTube and on Patreon tomorrow for the next episode of this. And yeah, well, people on YouTube memberships anyway. People on normal YouTube, I'll see you guys in 2 to 3 days.